The Powerbeats Pro Truly Wireless was released just a couple days ago. It'll be available to purchase next month into the summer period, but how do you charge them? With a wire. Oh shoot, they forgot to include the fact that the truly wireless Powerbeats do require a wire for you to use them. So you may have heard a lot about them already. I haven't given my thoughts on them yet. So here's what I think of Beats' latest edition and latest attempt at an AirPods competitor. Let's begin. Now, first of all, I should mention there are a lot of advantages the Powerbeats have over AirPods. For one, if you're trying to get rid of your money faster, the Powerbeats are the way to go. They start at $250, a whole $50 more than the already fairly expensive AirPods second generation, with the wireless charging, the new H1 chip. These also have the H1 chip, but I think that once you're over $200, you're getting really close to the pro-oriented Bose over-ear headphones, Sony headphones with really good noise canceling. These have noise canceling, but I'm sure audio quality wise, they're probably not up to par to what those over-ear headphones can offer. What I'm trying to say is $300 is usually that higher tier headphone market. So these are just getting ever so closer to that, but I admit there's probably a market for them out there. But another thing they have over the second generation AirPods is each individual Beat Pod, I'm not exactly sure how to refer to it, each individual one can get 9 hours of battery, and keep in mind that's without a cable connecting to them. So that's pretty impressive. Kind of hard to find other earbuds out there that are that good at battery life, particularly given they don't have a wire. So gotta hand it to them there. That's pretty impressive. And you get even more battery inside that charge pack as well. They also come in 4 colors, but also keep in mind the charge case is always going to be black. No matter which pair you buy, it appears that you gotta stick with that black charge case. For whatever reason, they didn't want to make different color options for the different colored Powerbeats, so they all have the same color charge case, but individually you have like a green color, a close to white color. So if you wanted more color options out there, I guess the Powerbeats have them, but to me, they look like color options that people wouldn't care about that much. They're not very vibrant like an iPhone XR is in all of those different colors. These are just kind of black, kind of white, and army green, and navy blue-ish. So maybe this is good for military people. Now, sound quality wise, obviously I haven't tried them out yet, so I can't necessarily tell you if they sound better or worse than AirPods, but what we do know is they're still sporting that Hello Siri functionality, so that you could still call out to Siri with these things, just like you could on the second generation AirPods. And also now seeing that there are multiple pairs of headphones that Apple sells, Apple technically, that support the H1 chip, I think that's good evidence to suggest that maybe later this year Apple will be introducing new pairs of headphones that also sport the H1 chip, perhaps those Apple over-ear Pro Pods, which hopefully we could see launch around the September time period where we see the new iPhones this year. A lot of people have anticipations and excitement ready for those, so I'd like to see what they have to offer. But I think by far the most missed opportunity and the most deceiving part of these truly wireless earbuds is, like I said, they aren't a wireless charge case. When we first saw this leak in the iOS code and we saw our first look at the Powerbeats, I was like, oh, they have the charging light on the outside. This is perfect. You'll be able to place this on AirPower, but rip that idea. Or at least place them on any Qi compatible charger because they look quite big. It looks like it has a good amount of surface area on the bottom, so finding a way to stuff a Qi coil inside a pair of $250 earphones, yeah, that should be pretty simple. I think that's quite possible, especially if you're going to market these things as truly wireless, because in the past, Beats have made wireless headphones, except they do have a wire connecting them. So wire goes from bud to bud, but hey, a wire doesn't go from bud to the phone, so they call them wireless, even though a wire is kind of needed for the design. Now they're making something that doesn't need a wire that goes from bud to bud, so they call it truly wireless, and yet they miss the opportunity to adapt a Qi charger within that charge case. Something Apple's already done on a much smaller charge case. Just by roughly looking at the size of the Powerbeats, AirPods 2 is much smaller, and this can support Qi. Why couldn't they fit that on those, especially if they're going to cost more money than these do? They are more sweat resistant and water resistant, so if you want these to get a little bit wet, they'll be okay. They do have that over AirPods also. If AirPods don't fit in your ears, the Powerbeats do ship with multiple different rubber tips that you can adjust depending on your ear size. Some people like that. I personally don't. I've used those types of headphones in the past, and I always feel like I have to twist them the right way, and I can never find the right size. So I like AirPods because, for me at least, they fit in my ear, and I also don't like the way Powerbeats will cancel out kind of background audio. I do like that about AirPods. I can still hear my environments while I'm listening to things. So there's definitely a market, I think, for the Powerbeats Powerbeats. Now, I'm docking on it a lot today because I'm into inductive charging, and I think, personally, it would have made a lot more sense if you buy the wireless charge case, they don't even include a lightning cable, because if you were planning on charging this via lightning, why not just get the regular lightning charge pair? I get it, some people want to charge them up faster than the wireless charge because it does take 3 hours for these to go from 0 to 100, but these easily last people several days without having to charge again. So most likely, if you do need to charge up your AirPods, it's going to be a matter of leaving it on a cheap pad for the night. Not something you're going to need to charge up really quickly, but I guess Apple wanted to have the option there, so they still do include it in a lightning cable. But with the Powerbeats sporting themselves as truly wireless, it would have been such a perfect market choice to be like, you know what? You can charge them inductively, and then you take the Powerbeats out, and boom, they wirelessly go in, no cords involved whatsoever. Personally, I think that would have been really, really awesome, and now that we're likely going to have to wait till next year till Beats to make something like that is discouraging. At least it does charge via lightning, so for all the people out there who have lightning cables already for all their iPhones, this will charge via that. But yeah, I was really hoping 2019 would be the year that Apple could kind of cut down on the number of products that charge via lightning, especially the mobile ones like headphones and phones. We could just focus on getting those over to inductive charging primarily and not keep supporting lightning longer and longer because it's a dated port. We need to get people comfortable with either switching to USB-C or Qi. I think those are the two main futuristic charging standards everyone needs to start getting used to. So I'm curious what you guys have to think about the Powerbeats Pro truly wireless, which is completely false, down in the comments below. Are these for you? Does that extra price really make it worth it with those extra features? I know a lot of people don't really like those loops that hang onto your ears. I've heard people say it hurts theirs. I haven't actually tried a pair of Powerbeats in the past, so maybe I'll try these out when they drop, just so I can give you my opinion on them and try to find out if they really are worth the $250. Of course, worth is always subjective. For you, they may be. For me, they may not. Either way, I still feel like Beats is like Apple's playground. They do stuff over on Beats that they don't want to do on AirPods, but they still want to act like at Apple stores they give you the option. It's like, well, if AirPods don't fit for you and you want noise canceling and water resistance, then come over to the Beats section. So they have everything covered, but if people hate the Beats and they think they're too overpriced, Apple gets to say, well, that's not our company, that's Beats. They're designing something else. It's a separate design team. Anywho, all that good stuff, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments below. This is your Apple Sheep here. I'll see you in the next one.